Hello and welcome to The Hit Life, where we bring you news, interviews, and more from all your favorite Southeast regional MMA promotions. Today, we're joined by Joey Smith, who's going in to challenge the current champion Ismael Suarez for the featherweight title at Valhalla MMA, The Art of War, on February 18th at the Venetian Resort in Venice, Florida. Hello, Joey. Welcome to The Hit Life.
Hey, how's it going?
Great, thank you. So let's start from the beginning. Where do you currently train at?
Right now, I'm training at Valhalla MMA here in Port Charlotte. I've been here for the last 4 years.
4 years. And what was your combat sports history like before that?
A lot of wrestling in high school. That was really about it.
And then when you finished high school with your wrestling background, you went into to practice MMA specifically or jiu-jitsu?
No, so actually, I took probably 10, 12 years off of all combat everything for a long time. And I just got back into it 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. I could start doing some stuff again.
What inspired you to get back into the sport?
I remember I travel for work a lot, and I just had a couple bad days at work, and it just seemed like a good outlet. And everything just kind of went rolling from there.
So was your intention to go into amateur competition, or did you just want to do it for fitness, or what was your motivation starting with Valhalla 4 years ago?
So Valhalla they were pretty new here, and anyways, I was just looking for a place to start getting back into shape, maybe just let some aggression out and do some therapy stuff like that. Never really planned on getting in the cage or anything. Once we kind of started going, like I said, they were just starting out here. They recently relocated from Michigan. Everything just kind of started clicking with everything. Here we are.
And then about how long into your training did you decide, hey, I actually want to do this and go into amateur competition?
So it wasn't super long into the training, but that was back in like 2019-ish. So right about the time I was kind of wanting to start doing it, everything got shut down for COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Everything got kind of pushed back a little bit. We ended up getting our first fight 2020, still kind of during all the COVID stuff, and it's been fun then there forward.
And you were successful in that first bout, right? You're undefeated still?
No, I was not successful in the first one. That
Okay.
was fun.
So even though you lost, you were still hungry for more. You wanted to get back in there and get it right.
Yeah, there was some nerves and just some silly stuff we did. First fight stuff.
Yeah.
Things have been on a roll since.
So you've only lost your first bout. You've had W since then. Now you're going into your first title fight. Um, how has your training changed, or what's the difference between training for your previous fights and now going into your first title fight against Ismael Suarez?
Uh, so the biggest thing in the last full year, maybe year and a half, I've started doing a lot of stuff outside of the gym, not just MMA. I run a lot of marathons, half marathons, Spartan races. So just my overall fitness has really gone up quite a bit.
So you're doing
So
some cross training with some other sports.
yeah.
Yeah. And then how has your training camp gone specifically for this bout in general?
It's been great. It's been really good actually. No issues. Weight cut's going good. Everything's clicking really well this time.
And have you watched your opponent Ismael Suarez fight before?
So, Ishmael, so it's funny. So his first fight with Jacob Wade a couple fights ago, I think it was like last October, or last February, me and him were actually supposed to fight, but something got switched around. And anyway, so he fought Jay Wade and I fought this other guy.
Hmm.
I got to see that fight live and I thought, man, I really wanted that fight. That would have been a good fight for me. Then I seen the title fight with him and Jay Wade again. I'm like, and then they offered it to me finally. So I've gotten to see two of his fights.
So you think you match up well against him then?
I do. I do.
What do you feel you have the advantage over him with?
I think my biggest one is going to be my reach, just my overall size. I cut down quite a bit, much
Hmm.
bigger.
And how do you see the fight playing out between you two?
Well, it's hard to say for sure. Everything changes as soon as punches start getting thrown, but I really feel like he's going to want to take it to the ground, and I'm not going to let that happen unless it's on my terms.
I know you have some strong ground game too. I see that you have a first round submission in like the first 30 seconds. So you're no slouch on the ground yourself.
I like to be on the ground. I also like to keep it standing. So I think with my height, reach, and size advantage, being able to keep it standing and do what I want is going to help a lot.
What would you like to tell Ismael Suarez ahead of your bout coming up in a few weeks?
Nothing. I got nothing against him. I like him. We've talked to other fights. He's a great guy, hard worker.
Hmm.
Got nothing.
All right, I'm going to actually say something that I've never said on any of my interviews. 99% of the athletes that I've asked for an interview have said yes. And I love that. I love to talk to you guys, learn about you guys. I've only had, I think, 2 say no. And the first guy that said no, he lost a fight that I was going to interview him for, and we haven't seen him since, and we don't even know if he's going to go back in the cage. The second guy that said no to me is Ismael Suarez. So I'm saying it right now for the first time on video and camera. I've never taken sides for any of these bouts because I like to stay neutral. But I got Joey Smith for this one. Just because you said no to me, Ismael, I got Joey on this one. And you remember I said it earlier what happened to the first guy. So let's just put that out there. I'm looking forward to it, Joey. Thank you so much for doing this interview.
Well,
Everyone who's watching, watch Joey Smith fight for the featherweight title at Valhalla MMA, The Art of War, on February 18th. It's going to be at the Venetian Resort. And make sure also to follow Joey Smith on Facebook, Instagram, and Valhalla MMA. Have a great night, Joey, and I'll talk to you at the event coming up in a few weeks.
that sounds good. I'll see you there.
Thank you. Bye. If you enjoyed this interview, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel to get more.